Students, in this video, you're going to study about equivalence of functional dependencies. Okay, what you mean by equivalent functional dependency? So first of all, let's look at the definition. Two sets of functional dependencies F and G are equivalent if every functional dependency in F can be inferred from G, and the second condition is every functional dependency in G can be inferred from F. So if both these conditions are met, then we can say that the two sets of functional dependencies F and G are equivalent. Okay, so basically we'll be finding the F closure using the functional dependencies of G. Okay, and then we'll be finding the G closure using the functional dependencies of F. And if both of these are equal, okay, then we will claim that the two sets are equivalent. Okay, there's another definition for covers. So we can define covers as F covers G if every functional dependency in G can be inferred from F. That is, if the closure of G is a subset of F closure. Okay, so something here I've already mentioned in the definition. F and G are equivalent if F covers G and G covers F. So basically, what are the equivalent FDs of functional dependencies? Let's see with the example. Okay. So consider the functional dependencies, okay, X and Y, okay, two sets. So the functional dependencies are given in X as A determines B and B determines C. In Y, the functional dependencies are A determines B, B determines C, and A determines C. Now, the question that is given to you is to check if they are functionally equivalent. Okay. To do that, we need to check for these two conditions now, like we have discussed in the definition. Okay. The first condition is if X covers Y, and the second condition is if Y covers X. Okay. So let's start. We check both the conditions one by one. So first let's start by checking if X covers Y. Okay. So to do that, what we do is first you take the first dependency of Y. Okay. A determines B. Take this dependency. Okay. The functional dependency. Take the left hand side. Okay. A. Take the first dependency. Take the left hand side A. Okay. Now from that A, find out the closure. Okay, so you're going to find out the closure for the left hand side. Okay, but you're going to find out the closure for the left hand side, that is A, using the FDs of X. So again I'm repeating the steps. Okay, so you're taking the first functional dependency that is given, A determines B. You take the left hand side of that, which is A. Okay, and you're going to find out a closure for A. But when you're finding out the closure for A, you're going to use the functional dependencies of X. So find out the closure. As you can see here, okay, you will get, obviously when you find the A closure, you will get A. Then it is given A determines B, so you will get B. And using the transitivity rule, you will get A determines B, B determines C. Therefore, A will determine C. So you will get A, B, and C. Okay. So once you have found out the closure, okay, the next step is to find out whether this dependency that you have taken, okay, this one, whether it is present in the closure, whether it is covered. Okay, so basically whether it is covered by X. This is a dependency given in Y. We want to know whether X covers it. Okay, so how we check for that is we check whether this A closure that we found out, whether it contains B. Okay, so if it contains B, we say that A determines B is covered or determined. Okay, so like that we can check whether A determines B is covered. Okay, So like this, now we are going to check all the functional dependencies of X. So now we have found out that A determines B, which is given in the set Y, is covered by X. Okay, this first one has been covered. Okay, this is the way you check. Similarly, we need to check for the remaining functional dependencies of Y. To check all the functional dependencies of Y, whether they are covered by X. Okay, so this is what we are doing here. We're checking whether X covers Y. Okay, so going to the next one. Now we'll take the next functional dependency of Y and check. Same steps. Okay, so I've taken the second functional dependency. I take the left hand side B. Okay, and now I find the closure for B, but using the functional dependencies of X. Okay, need to remember that when you find a closure, you need to take the functional dependencies of X. So when you find a closure using X, you will get just B and C. Okay, so next step, check now from the closure whether this functional dependency that you have taken from Y, whether it is covered. What do you mean by covered? By covered, you mean that C should be present here. Okay, C should be present in this closure. Okay, so since the B closure contains C, therefore we say B determines C is covered. So now we have checked the first two functional dependencies and both of these are covered. So take the third one now. Again, you take the third one, take the left hand side A. Okay, now find a closure for A using the functional dependencies of X. So functional dependency we already found out previously. So it is A, B, C. Okay, now check whether this is covered. A determines C is covered. So A determines C will be covered if C is present in this closure. C is present here. Okay, A closure contains C. Therefore, we conclude that A determines C. Now, since we have checked all the FDs of Y, okay, all these FDs we have checked, so we can therefore conclude that X covers Y. Okay, so for the two sets of functional FDs to be functionally equivalent, X should cover Y and Y should cover X. So we have checked the first condition, it is true. Now we need to go to check for the second condition. Okay, the second condition is if Y covers X. So in the same way, we need to now take each FD of X and find the attribute closure for the left hand side using the FDs of Y. Okay, so let's do that and check. And if in the end Y covers X, that is Y covers both the FDs of X, then we will conclude that X and Y are equivalent. Okay, so now let's check for the second condition. So take the first dependency of X, that is A determines B. Take the left hand side A and now find the closure for A. But now when you're finding out the closure, because this is the FD from X, you need to find out the closure from Y. Okay, using these FDs you find out the closure. When you find out the closure, you will find the closure for A as A, B and C. Once you have found out the closure, check whether Y covers X, or that is A determines B. This whatever functional dependency you have taken, whether it is covered. Okay, so it is covered only if B is found in this closure. So since the A closure contains B, therefore we say that A determines B, or A is covered by B. Oh, okay. So we have found out that this first functional dependency of X is covered by Y. So we need to check for the next functional dependency of X. Okay. Now you take the second functional dependency of X, B determines C. Take the left hand side B. Find out the closure for B using the functional dependencies of Y. Okay. So you find out the functional dependency using the functional dependency of y. B closure is B and C. Okay. So now check whether this FD is covered. Okay. So how you check for that? For that to be covered, C should be present in this closure of B. Since the B closure contains C, therefore we say that B determines C or B is covered by C. Okay. B determines C is covered. Since both these FDs are covered and we have checked all the FDs of X, so therefore we can conclude that Y covers X. Okay. Now we have checked both the conditions. X covers Y, which is true. Y covers X, it is true. Therefore we can conclude that X and Y are functionally equivalent. Okay. So this is how you find out the equivalence of functional dependencies. Okay. So this is how you find out the functional equivalence.